Yeah, so Jeffrey Jackson was asked whether or not he felt like you guys have the truth. You guys are the only true religion. Guess what his answer was for the world to see?
So they coming? Yeah.
Jeffrey Jackson said he was not so presumptuous to believe that they were the only ones that had the truth. Were you aware of that? Were you aware of what he said? You should be. You should be. And if you're an elder, I especially have a bone to pick with you elders, because when I was dragged into my judicial committee, the questions they asked me was, wow, that was what made me turn against them. Okay? I was already 27 and I wanted to have a girlfriend. I messed up. That wasn't good enough for them to know that I messed up. Right? You guys routinely ask, oh, did she climax? How many fingers did you use? How deep? Yeah. You're licking your lips, huh? Is that a turn on? Why do you guys ask these questions? Why do you guys ask these questions? And I thought for many years that it was only in my case. Maybe it was just my particular situation. But guess what, brother elder? This stuff is all over the internet. People hide their cameras and it's exposed. It's out there. And I realized, gosh, that's what they do. It's just the way they do business. They ask little girls if they enjoyed it. Right? You're turning red. Imagine how a person like me felt being victimized a second time. I'm sure it would be better if I leave.
Because we have no reason to talk to you.
Well, I know you don't. Again, this is what I do. People like you run away all the time. I'm impressed that you're still here.
Well,
I'm impressed. And that's good.
we call the police. So
Well, you can call the police because I talk to the police all the time as well. I know my rights, and that's why I'm so confident in my stance.
I don't think you are really. I think you know your rights really well. It's not harassment. Is not allowed in this country.
Well, I mean, I would love to have another video of another cop. It's up to you. It's good for me because people love to watch when, we have this interaction. It's good. You can use, and the funny thing about you witnesses, you don't call the cops when a little girl or boy come in to say somebody touched me, right? If an elder touches that little boy or girl, oh, it's a sin. Let's investigate amongst ourselves. It's not a crime to call the authorities who were trained on that stuff, right? Yeah, you have nothing to say, right? You treat it as a sin. It's a sin. It's not a crime.
So are they coming? Yeah.
This is what I want the world to see. He's an elder. I'm guessing he's an elder, just by the looks of it, because he has a beard fraction. They don't accept, they accept blood fractions, but a beard, a mustache is a fraction of a beard. You see how ridiculous you guys, once you use your critical thinking, how ridiculous you guys are? You can have blood, but just break it apart. It's not the full blood, and that's okay. God is okay with that. It's a conscience thing. We'll give that to you, right? Because you know why the society changed that to fractions? Because they've been sued left and right. They've been sued. When people in the, doctors and everybody in the medical field. I don't think you. No, please don't go on the other side. If you go to the other side, there are a lot more people over there. And then I can simply say, the Jehovah's Witnesses are in a cult. You wouldn't want me to do that. Stay away from the Jehovah's Witnesses, because that's what I'm going to do if you go over there. So I'm holding you hostage, like I was held hostage for 32 years. And you guys are holding my parents hostage right now. They're doing exactly what you're doing. Shunning me. Isn't that great? So there are hundreds of people on Hollywood Boulevard. They haven't preached to not one. This guy keeps, he's a teenager, I'm guessing, but he just loves his iPhone. This is what you guys need to show at your district convention. The reality of what goes on. But I know, if a foreigner who's a Jehovah's Witness from another country comes, oh, the love. And you forget all about the poor little apostate. Isn't that something? It's quite something. But yeah, man, I respected you guys as elders from the time I opened my little eyes in this world. My dad has been an elder for 40-something years. Never graduated from high school, mind you, but he believed the Watchtower with all his heart. Doesn't matter what change comes along, such as a stupid generation. Oh, it's crossing generation. Oh my God. See, I mean, you have to smile. Oh, I heard police because you wanted me to hear the word police. I'm not afraid. I love when you guys call the police, because then I get to tell the police, guess what? An elder, he listens to cases, you know, of child pedophilia. And guess what? They're instructed not to call you guys, the police. But for a little apostate, they'll call the police because we're harassing them. They're here to, you know, sell, not even sell, but give away their opinions. There's not one Bible here. Where's the Bible? There's no Bible, right? It's opinions. Stupid opinions that changes, right? Because when I was an active witness, all this stuff that you guys are teaching now, wow. But it's light. God's organization is progressive. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. The Jehovah's Witnesses are an occult. As long as you know that, it's great. See, that is way more effective than standing here quiet. Way more. You guys don't have God's blessing. You know why? Because if you're a true faithful elder, you would be praying right now, asking for Jehovah to have me go away or strike me down dead. But it doesn't happen. And by the way, there is no Jehovah, but that's another story, right? If you do your research, you'll learn that. I mean, even your governing body admits that, well, we don't really know God's name, but Jehovah was made up by a priest back in the 16th century. We'll take that. That's kind of familiar with everybody. So let's call him Jehovah. And then on top of that, when you pray in front of the congregation, you're going to say, Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah. How disrespectful that is. I don't even call my dad Cliff. I said, Dad, right? You guys are so disrespectful to your God, your own God. It's terrible, man. Terrible. I remember one time I went to give the announcement and I made the big mistake of saying from the stage, okay friends, you can go to the bulletin board to find out more information. After the meeting, an elder approached me and said, hey, that's not a bulletin board, it's an information board. I'm like, okay. You see, the Watchtower is so strict. They're so strict. They're a company, okay? First of all, they're a company. They have stocks and bonds, if you don't know this. They're a company. That's why you have all these little SC forms and whatnot, whatever they're called, right? They're rigid. You guys are the slaves. They're not the slaves. They're the publishers. They're a publishing company. You guys, they have it backwards, right? They make you guys feel like, oh, you guys are the publishers. You guys are the slaves. You guys are the damn slaves. You guys are out here wasting your time. Look, all these people, like hundreds of people passing by, not one person want any of this because they know it's trash. You know why they know it's trash? Because of the internet. They can enter in a Google search of JW and they're gonna see all this stuff everywhere, right? The best way to get an opinion of something, if you want to buy a car, is to see what the other side is saying about the car, right? Not just what the salesman want you to believe, right? Because he's trying to sell you the car. And people are smart now. They go on the internet, they go on YouTube, and they see videos like this, and they're like, gosh, they do look like a cult. Gosh, why aren't they answering his questions? Yeah, he sounds like he's angry. Yeah, he sounds like he has a bone to pick with them. But geez, are any of these true? Why are they just, why do they just have this crazy smirk on their face? Like, that's doesn't make sense to them. Then they go back to the person studying with them and they ask. And then they're gonna learn, hey, you can ask questions, but don't cross the line and ask too many questions. And then they're gonna be like, I'm out of here. This is bull crap, right? They try to take away that freedom of thought, because that's from Satan. Satan was the original free thinker. The word slipped my memory, but you know what I mean, right? Because of people like me, Not too long into the future, you guys will stop having these carts because you guys are sitting ducks. Sitting ducks. We can just come and preach to you guys at will, and you guys will either run or you'll stand here and try to suck it up. So there will be enough videos out on YouTube on the internet at some point in the future where the society is like, you know what? We have new light. Let's get rid of these stupid carts. First of all, we're not placing any books or magazines. We have kids who are on their iPhone all day long. We have an elder who's like, yeah, he kind of shooed the sisters away because that's what they do. I do this all the time. And they just look like fools. They're looking like fools, and the world are seeing this. So let's get rid of this and go back to our door knocking. That's how I used to do it, door knocking with the Bible. And on Saturdays, we had the Watchtower and Awake magazines to give out for 25 cents. Right? And then they stopped selling because then they didn't want to be taxed by the government. But hey, when I was an active witness, they said, we stopped selling because we want the truth to be available to everyone for free. Because they point to the scripture, gives free, receive free, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? There was a case here in California where another church was being sued. And the society sided with the church because they didn't want to pay taxes. When the church lost the case, guess what? We have new light, y'all. We have new light. Yay for new light. Let's applaud. Yay for new light. We don't have to charge for the books anymore. So people just continue to walk on by. You'll see more people coming, and they just stand there. Now they're both texting each other. You know, you guys are really missing the opportunity. I thought the end was right around the corner. You guys should be preaching to everyone. There's an urgency, man. This convention might be your last. Let's see, anybody interested? You guys interested in reading anything? Would anyone like to read the latest? There is a Watchtower. You should be holding it out. Would you like to have the latest Watchtower, sir? Yeah, I didn't think so. Good job. That's preaching, man. You guys are so soft now. These new generational JDubs are soft. You go to meetings with your little iPads and iPhones. Wow. Other teenagers who are exJdubs will be laughing at you, man. Seriously, not good. I get thousands of YouTube viewers. Not good. Not good. Not good. You're gonna be a star. Let's see, he's interested in something on that side. There's nothing. Keeps looking. Wow, he's not preaching at all. I don't know what you call this. Watchtower. Watchtower, seriously, you guys need to be doing something about this, because apostates will continue to expose you guys. Apostates are wicked, cruel people who hate the organization. I mean, the Bible did say, you know, that people will hate the truth, right? People will hate the truth. Except you don't have the truth. You have a changing target, a moving target. All right, so he's going to count probably an hour, hour and a half of field service time doing shit, doing nothing. Man, when I used to go auxiliary pioneer, I used to have to crack the whip, man, like house to house in the hood. You guys have it easy here in Hollywood. You're being persecuted, right? Being persecuted for God's name. Oh wow, that's how they preach. They turn and they shake their heads, people. Are you being persecuted? What'd you say? It reinforces your faith, right? That we must be doing something right. Look, we're being persecuted. Dude, this isn't persecution, okay? If you think it is, this isn't persecution. You don't know what persecution is. You don't know what persecution is, man. You know, when I used to go preaching, I wasn't born in this country. When I used to go preaching, knocking on people's doors, they would throw pee in a bucket on my head and my dad's, right, to shoo us away, because it was a mainly Catholic town, right? I would have to go preaching and knock on my own teacher's door, because it's a small community. I would come across my friends that I go to school with, right? It was such a small community that the school I went to had a church on campus. And every day when my classmates had to go to church, I had to sit in the classroom by myself, bro. By myself to do extra work. That's how this apostate was raised, right? I gave my life to this church. What have you done lately? Huh? Have you served at Bethel? No? Have you put in your 60, 80, 90 hours or what have you as a pioneer? You can be doing more, bro. That's what the Watchtower tells you. Do more, do more. Do more until our teenagers get so sick and stressed out. Do more. You should preach to him, man. Don't do faces. What is that? What is that? That's insane. I mean, I guess the only thing that works with these JDubs nowadays are the eyebrows lifting. They communicate by going up and down, and seal their lips. I'm an old school preacher, man. Old school preacher. I was trained by the Watchtower to be determined, not fair man. I'm a product child of the Watchtower, the same organization you were probably born into. It's embarrassing, right? You can't defend your own religion. Matthew 18:6, what does that say? You want to pull out your iPhone now? Uh-oh, no iPhone. Tucked it away.